welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's edition or episode of SCT Sampler Scrapbooking. We are working this series, we are working with the March kit, which is based on My Mind's Eye Gingham Gardens and Simple Stories I Am. If you missed the unboxing of that, it's just 2 videos back. I'll have the playlist at the very end of this video, should you have missed anything, including the first series, which was based on the May kit. Last week we did the 12 by 12. I always try to get, that's the first layout I try to get done. And if you popped on over, you will see that Becky also got a 12 by 12 layout done. She is working with the current June kit. This 12 by 12 used mainly the Simple Stories I Am portion of the kit. And then today, we are now moving on to an 8.5 by 11. And here is my fun and somewhat silly 8.5 by 11 layout. And I kind of love it. This came together really, really quickly. It uses mainly the Gingham Gardens portion of the kit. This is the Simple Stories though. So all I did for this, so the story a little bit behind this, and if you pop on over to Becky's channel today, who is playing along with me on this series as often as she can, and this month she actually will have the unboxing. She did the 12 by 12 and she will have an 8.5 by 11. That might be all she is able to do this month. I went for a walk and I was posting and I was sending some photos to some of my friends with my masks and making silly jokes about, well, at least my masks match my outfits. In fact, you will have seen a layout about that recently. And when I got back from my walk on that day, Becky had actually sent me a photo that she was venturing out, and sent me a photo of her in the car with a mask. So I immediately sent her back mine saying, you know, just got back from my walk and there you go. She did the collage and posted it on her page with the called Twinsies. And that was hilarious and I thought it was so much fun. So we decided that we would actually scrap that photo as part of this series today. So she's scrapping the same photo as me, using a sampler kit, but a different kit. So it should be fun to see the different takes. Following my same principles, I really want to highlight the papers in these lovely kits. So I basically took the 6 by 6, cut it down, this one to about 3.5, and this is the other side of it, I believe. Is this the other side of it? Yes, it is. So I did 3.5, I guess, and 2.5. This was a 3 by 6 that I had left over from the 12 by 12 layout. I used this piece, which I cut down also to 3 by 6, and then used one of those, and then I cut it to, I think, 4, and then cut that in 2, so I could do a little bit of a hack here with this popping out at the top and the bottom. So my idea here was really just to make a large frame as opposed to tight layers, some large layers, an interesting pattern of paper, and the way it would leave some fun little different angles and get that on the page. I used some very vanilla cardstock and a coral paper in the back, which of course I gutted. And I felt that that was a little too stark because the vanilla here has quite an earth tone, a darker tone to it, which matches a little bit more the I Am collection. The Gingham Garden is sort of a cream, really a cream. So I thought to just break that up and make it all come together a little bit better, I would do just a little packaging technique on the back, and that is really all I did. No splatters, no stenciling this time, just a little packaging technique with Heidi Swap Color Shine in Peach. Then I arranged my papers, backed my photo in a piece of the cardstock that I had cut out from the background here. Again, just so that it didn't fade into these background papers and these lovely papers too much. And by doing that frame, it both makes the photo stand out, in my opinion, as well as these lovely papers in the background. And then I just grabbed a few of the stickers, did a little bit of a floral cluster here, tiny bit of floral stickers here. This is all from the kit. And then I went into my stash for just a very, very few items. These 2 gold stars, the gold gems, and this chipboard, which it's very old, and I think if nothing else, I must have had this for maybe 4 or 5 years, but I had taken this particular chipboard out on my desk for another layout, and it didn't make the cut. So I thought the colors matched perfectly, and it says, "Leave a little magic everywhere you go," which is maybe a little ironic, but I just thought it fit, and it was fun, and it makes me chuckle. This layout doesn't, in my opinion, really need a specific title, because Becky put that right on the photo, Twinsies, which we thought was hilarious. Another little sticker, beautiful. This week, because it will go in my everyday album. And my journaling really just says the story that I told you at the beginning. When I got back from my walk, Becky's photo was waiting for me, so I sent her mine, LOL. She collaged, and we are both scrapping it. So there you go. So that is my 8.5 by 11 for this week. We have the 12 by 12, of course, from last week, and this is all the kit. A few little additions, but really not a lot. And then next week, I told you that this month we might vary it up a little bit, and instead of a second 8.5 by 11, I am going to do pocket page. So I have another couple of pieces of paper out here, some photos, and I'm going to get my first week of everyday memory keeping done using this kit. This I cut down. These 2 cards were already in the kit, and then this is the background. This will probably get covered with this, and then I have this lovely paper as well, and I have this side, which is gorgeous. So all sorts of options using the kit, and I still have some stickers, you and me. There's a photo of Chopin in there, a little journaling card, which this is from my stash. These 2 items are from my stash that I've added to this little kit, as is this border strip. These are from the Heidi Swap Storyline Chapters collection, which was partly last month's kit. This comes from the 12 by 12 paper, though, that I had in my stash. So that will be next week. And then we will be getting into cards and leftover embellishments. So don't forget to pop on over and see Becky's 8.5 by 11, where she's scrapping this photo today. Come back and see me next week for a pocket page, and maybe we might get a card or so in there already. Thank you so much for your support on this series. I'm loving doing it. If there is anything particular that you would like to see me do with the kits, please don't hesitate to leave me a comment down below, or just leave me a comment down below and let me know what you're doing with these awesome, awesome kits. See you next week. Bye for now.